Ba, 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 ba. Yes. Let me put this here. Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you are so very welcome indeed. Hello, my beautiful, fabulous new subscribers. I am so happy that you have come to Kiki with us at Fumi Nation World, Positivity World. Let's get right into it. Why are we here? Oh, baby. We are here because we have the fabulous Wendy Osefo. Wendy Osefo's team. Let me just give you the headlines, because for those of you I'm sure that know, but for those of you that don't, Wendy Osefo is a reality star and her husband are the Real Housewives of Potomac. They were arrested and then released because of fraud, various fraudulent activities. They went to Jamaica. They came back from Jamaica and said that they had been robbed, but there was nothing to prove that to be. And so they filed to 3 different insurance companies that jewelry and precious items were missing. But we had the fabulous Wendy, who was wearing some of those stolen items on her beautiful fingers. They had returned some items, and then the insurance claims were as high as $450,000, and they have email correspondence between husband and wife, with hubby asking wife, do you have anything more so that we can file this claim to the tippy top tilt. That's what this gist is all about. And so because of that, it was a rippling effect. And so there were things that kind of started to come into play with Bravo, because Bravo said, we don't want any parts. We don't want what? We don't want any parts. And so she was supposed to be part of wife swap. And so they have now her PR team saying, Wendy Osefo's PR team sends insulting correction email after Bravo removes and then re-adds her wife swap episode. That's what she's more concerned about. Instead of her focusing on her felony fraud charges, she's worried about her image. She has to be worried about her image because she's using her image to make money. That's her income. She got to feed the children. We don't know how long this is going to be, her case, before we hear it in court. We just did Diddy. Diddy sat in jail for 1 year. She should be lucky that she's out here in the streets. Moving along, let me read the into-twos right here. All about the T correction. Dr. Wendy Osefo times wife swap, the collab. We also noticed that All About the Tea recently reported about the status of Wendy Osefo's wife swap episode, which is incorrect. Can we please update this article to confirm that Bravo will be running the episode on Sunday, the 9th of November? Please view the article here in reference, and there's the link. Thanks in advance. That's her PR team. So somebody said that's what she's focused about, instead of her to be focused on what she should be focusing. Well, we move on. Here we have Real Housewives of Potomac, Wendy and Eddie Osefo, could be deported from the US after fraud arrest. Ooh, yeah. I understand what they're talking about, because this would be a case for the cases. I would absolutely be focusing on this matter. So it says here, Real Housewives of Potomac, the arrest of Real Housewives of Potomac stars Dr. Wendy Osefo. She has 4 degrees. And her husband, Eddie, have sparked questions about whether the Nigerian-born pair could be deported. In this reign of Trump, I would say a very strong yes. The U.S. Sun has exclusively spoken to the law enforcement sources at the center of those questions, and they have clarified where things currently stand with the couple and immigration and customs enforcement. My God. One law enforcement source who works closely with the ICE explained that despite being arrested on felony charges for fraud earlier this month, Real Housewives of Potomac couple is not in the agency's crosshairs, at least not yet. Sigh of relief. Sigh of relief. So right here, before I even finish reading everything, I'm under the impression that, you know what, there's nothing that can happen here. They have no ICE detainers against them as of now. And these days, ICE is very proactive in beginning proceedings swiftly after an arrest, the source explained. The insider further explained that once ICE does make contact on an individual, nothing happens until that person or person's case goes through justice system. Goes through the justice system. Shut the front door. My God. Generally, what happens is that the individual goes to trial, they get a sentence, assuming they are found guilty, they are sent to serve their sentence, and then upon their serving their sentence, ICE picks them up. You know what? I'm sweating. And this is not menopause. This is not hot flashes. I am nervous for them. My God. This is what you call being hit between a rock and a hard place. Both the Bravo stars were born in Nigeria, and it appears they are what's called naturalized citizens. If the government decided to look at the applications for citizenship or residency, green cards, visa, and the like, and found issues within them, then they could stand to lose their citizenship status and potentially be deported. I don't think they'll find anything, because apparently Wendy came here when she was 2 years old, a little itty bitty baby. I truly believe that this was not the first time Dr. Wendy Osefo and Happy Eddie, because he's got a weed company, hence Happy Eddie, have done this. I believe they've done this before. They're career criminals. And I'm not saying allegedly. I'm saying instinctively. My instinct tells me to do something crazy like this in plain sight when you're already a celeb. My God, it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Why would you do this? But we leave that for another day. They've done this before. They've done smaller ones that have gone undetected, and then they did this big one, and they forgot who they are, because you are celebrities, reality stars, 110%. And so they were on to this. And then they were like, let's look at this closely, because they looked at it closely because you were celebrities. And Dr. Osefo, with all the education and the bragasaurus, and I am this, and refer me correctly, why would you do something so foolish and put your whole career, life, and children at stake? That's what I'm trying to understand, because you are beautiful. You are beautiful. I think you are quite fabulous, as a matter of fact. I did not know you before this, but I think you are beautiful. I think you are extremely well spoken, and you could have gone on to do bigger, better things on top of the reality show. That would have been your bouncing board. Look at what Kim K did, and she said it with a sex tape. And you came out here and you have it all, and you blew it. That's so stupid. That's just so stupid. Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
I saw that picture. I was like, what on earth? Like, what? I mean, that was the biggest. It was so shocking. It was shocking. Their mug shots. And then it was kind of weird, because the mug shots were like, all right, so anyway, so when the story first came out, it was just very vague. It was like they were arrested for fraud. And I'm like, well, what does that mean? What did they do? And there was no details. Like, okay, like, what kind of fraud? What is it related to? And so, I put my little thinking cap on, and I immediately was like telling, because everyone was like, what is it? And I was like, y'all, I think it's related to this robbery that they had at their house.
Right.
And so I went to the Maryland case search. I looked up the case. I saw the
wait. Okay, for the record, Robin's gonna do the research. Robin gonna do the research. Just want y'all to notice.
I'm gonna figure it out. I'm like, let me find the facts. So I went to Maryland case search, found the case, and then I saw the dates where it was like the charges were related to certain dates, and it was all in like April 2024. And so then I was like, I went to Google and I was like, Wendy Osefo house robbed. And that came up, and it was in April of 2024. I was like, okay, so this is related to their house, the robbery at their house. So I put it together before TMZ told the world what it was about.
Right.
But anyway, I mean, first I want to say I am highly shocked, surprised, and disappointed
Totally.
by these
I'm
charges. You know,
disappointed. I'm so disappointed.
Yeah, if everything that is in these documents is true, you know, so of course you're guilty and innocent until proven guilty. But if everything in these charging documents is true, I'm highly disappointed. And then I just have so many questions, like why did we feel the need to do this?
Why?
Yeah,
that is my biggest question. Like I immediately thought, first of all, huge disappointment, sad, right? Because this is so sad for their children, you know, guilty or innocent. Their parents were removed from their house and brought down to a police station and charged. They have mugshots. That is, I'm sure, super scary for their children. So sad. But like, why? Well, surely not. In my mind, I'm like, this can't be for materialistic things. Like, you don't.
I mean, what else is it for, though? Because it was highly intentional, highly planned, not well thought out, but thought out.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes me wonder, like, I saw a clip where she was kind of like talking about how well Happy Eddie is doing. So it makes me think like, okay, well, was that a exaggeration? Like, was that not the truth? I don't know. But it's also like, why? And then my why questions, like, why did they think that they could get away with this? Why did they think, you know, because I'll be honest, I watch a lot of crime shows, ID Channel.
Me too.
I watch ID Channel, American Greed. You know, I'm all on the, you know, assassins, anything. I could commit a crime. Like I would know what to do, you know, to commit a crime and try to cover it up and all of that type of stuff. And I know I'm still getting caught. Like, I know that there's no way I could put together the perfect crime scene based on my experience watching these shows. And I know I'm still going to get caught. Like, so I don't understand how they thought that they were going to get away with that.
She recently put out a statement, I think, or maybe her team did, about, she's saying that she was, what does it say? That she was charged wrongly?
Yeah. So the lawyers, I mean, this is like typical lawyer. This is like the first step in a legal case. Honestly, it's not.
Oh, this is normal.
Yeah. I mean, Karen did the same thing. She tried to get, tried to say the arrest was kind of illegal and just trying to say that they didn't follow proper procedure with the arrest and with certain things.
Yeah.
This is typical legal procedure. The lawyer is going to do everything they can just to get the case thrown out on anything, on a technicality.
It goes on to say, Wendy Osefo calls arrest illegal, demands her trial. Listen. Wendy Osefo calls arrest illegal, demands trial be separated from husband Eddie's. Also demands to know if investigators had a confidential informant. What are you talking about? You are only showing me that you are guilty because you haven't said that you are innocent here. You're just saying that it's illegal to come into your house. What are you talking about? But you called them. You're the one that said that things were stolen. Let's read. Real Housewives of Potomac star Wendy Osefo is claiming she is the victim of an illegal arrest as she fights her fraud charges in court, US Weekly can exclusively report. On the 17th of October, Osefo's lawyer filed court docs as part of her criminal case in Maryland. The reality star demanded all charges be dismissed. Look at my hair. Wait, hold on. Because it will look like patch, and it's not patch. The reality star demanded all charges be dismissed due to alleged defects in the charging document. In addition, Osefo, 41, demanded all evidence be suppressed because of an unlawful search or seizure. The Bravo Star also asked for all wire and verbal communications to be suppressed because of unlawful interception. In the filing, Osefo's lawyer claimed his client was illegally arrested. The Reality Stars Council said all admission statements or confessions should not be allowed as evidence because they were unlawfully obtained. Darling, you better be right about this because it's going to blow back on you. It continues. Wendy also asked that the trial of confidants be served from the trials of this defendant. Eddie was hit with charges over the same allegations. In a separate filing, Wendy's lawyer demanded, I understand why. So that it gives the possibility that one of them might get off and one of them can be with the kids. For the two of them to be charged together, to have to come to court together and be prosecuted together, it will mean that they will necessarily have to serve their time together in the event that they are found guilty. That now brings concern for the children. You should have thought of that before you did this, allegedly. For my beautiful Fumi Nation lawyers in the comment section. In a separate filing, Wendy's lawyer demanded the prosecutors turn over any alleged evidence they possess. She demanded a list of all witnesses the prosecutors plan to call and any polygraph results of witnesses questioned by law enforcement. Wendy also wanted to know if the prosecutors had any confidential informants who worked on the investigation and asked for copies of all official police reports. Fumi Nation let me know that where they live, and I don't know why they do, that it's very racist, and that apparently there were neighbors who also called the cops, could call the cops on them prior for various things and could have been part of that. You see, Wendy, do you know that I actually want to fight for you? Yeah. I want to fight for you and I want to see you win because you've got children. Anybody that knows me on this platform, I'm all about the kiddies. If you and Eddie did not have kids, I'd have said, sweep them up, deport them. I don't care. But I believe that your foolishness does not extend to motherhood, or at least how you take care of them. Yeah? So I will fight for you in that department. And yes, I did read it in the comments that Fumi Nation had said, where you live is very, very racist. Why do you live there? Why do you live there? Because you need to have people that are, got your back. My neighborhood, they know who I am and they protect me, because Fumi Nation, one or two have tried to come here and say, let me knock on Fumi Nation's door. So the whole strip, I live on every door. They say, Fumi is not in. They say, can I speak to Fumi? Fumi is not in. Then they let me know somebody came out here. We have a group chat. Yeah. So you need to have people that support you, Wendy, on real tea. And if you're living in a place where you're the only black folk out there, you're going to stand out. You're going to stand out. So that's not fabulous. I do wish you the best. I wish you the best because of the kids. I think that you have come to realize that this was not a good idea. And you are Mogidi, you are Niger. So you know how it is in America. They'll say, we gave you everything. You came to come and pick all of the fruits. And then you still came out here to come and do 419. Why? Why? It's so stupid. So stupid. And you have children. And Eddie's, they're always smiling like he's high on his own supply. What's wrong with you? You have to behave yourselves. And if you indeed do this, you have to serve some kind of punishment. You deserve the punishment, and let you be an example for others. Because there are a lot of reality stars that seem to be going to jail. What are you trying to impress? Who are you trying to impress? What's the point? Let me tell you something, ladies out here in these streets. Fashion and style are two different things. Fashion and style are two different things. You buy the fashion and then you incorporate it into your own vibe. That's what you call style. And style is not $1 million. You don't have to have the money to have style. And maybe, Wendy, that was the issue with you. Come to me and let me style you, baby. Then you would have seen you did not need it. Well, you do need my t-shirts. My fabulous t-shirts. I live and love them, baby. What is delayed is not denied. Eating my salads and minding my business. Positivity all through. We have them in black. We have them in white. And baby, they are selling out. That's what you should have done. This, I think I got from H&M. and I am going to take it in because it's a bit big in the leg, but you can make it cigarette pants, you can make them capri pants, you can do anything. And then if you want your sleeves to stay up, just use an elastic band and then just cover it up so that you're looking copacetic at all times. You did not need it. Wear your jewelry, you sleep well at night, you don't have to be worried about your diamonds. A stone came out of my wedding ring. It's at the jeweler's now. Quiet as it's kept, I don't have enough money. It's okay, but it's there. I bought a fake ring from Claire's. I bought a fake ring that's exactly the ring that I had. And I put it on there and I kept it pushing. Why? I have a child to raise. Why? I have a brand to push. Why? Because I've got episodes to do. Why? Because I've got all kinds of things. And my blessings don't come from things. They come from healthy living. That I have health, that's priceless. Start there. That I'm a mother, start there, because I had Adrian at 49. That I have a wonderful husband and we get along and he supports me. Those are your blessings. Everything else is jara, is extra, but it's not the main meal. Remember that. Ladies and gentlemen, do not forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, and I'll see you what? I'll see your pretty faces sooner than later. All of my love. Mwah. And you too, Wendy, I wish you the best. Okay, try and do something. You're very smart, or your lawyers are. Separate the cases so that somebody's at home with the children, so that you serve your time. Yes, because you were naughty. And then he will serve his because he was also naughty. All right, I gotta go. Love, love.
In April, your home was broken into or something? Was this during filming that this happened?
I think it was right before.
Okay.
Like, literally before camp went up. It happened because my family was away on spring break. It was our spring break trip with the kiddos. And I was just so heartbroken. Like, I think a few of my first initial scenes, I'm just a little bit uneasy because we had just been violated, so to speak. It was the worst thing. It's so unexpected, especially since from my vantage point and from the investigators' vantage point, it was targeted,
Really?
Yeah, because I've lived in this neighborhood for, a long time, but since the neighborhood has been in inception for over 20 years, there has been no burglary.
Yeah.
Like nothing. And so it's so heartbreaking. And again, like going back to my earlier statement, where at my core, what centers me is motherhood. My first thought was my kids.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the reason why I live where I live is for their safety, for them to have ample acres to be able to run, play, enjoy, free of anything. And when someone comes into your home, which is such a sacred space, and violates you in that way, you start questioning things. So I'm just glad that we are okay, we're safe, and we are able to move forward from that as a family. But man, that was definitely gut-wrenching. Absolutely.
And that's something you have to process too. That's not something that you just, okay, it happened. We've locked the house back down. No, like I think the mental recovery from something like that must be kind of difficult.
Absolutely. And now my house is like Fort Knox before, but now it's like complete Fort Knox, like nothing. Even how we vacation is different. How I post on social media is different.
Mm-hmm.
It's altered the way I move. And, you want to be naive and feel like no one is watching you. You could just live life freely. But unfortunately, that is not the case. So it has changed a lot of things.
Oh my God, I am so excited. I am so excited, my darlings. We have officially launched the FDV website, and we have what? We've got products, we've got merch, we've got t-shirts, we've got tote bags. I am so excited. A lot of you said, Fumi, when are the t-shirts coming? And I want to tell you that I am terribly humbled. I had launched this exclusively at the meet and greet, and for the life of me, I did not know that we would sell out. I had no idea. So I had to put the money back into the business so that I could get some more t-shirts and tote bags for you. And I want to say what a journey this has been. The 2 t-shirts that I have, and I'm wearing one now with the v-neck, and I measured it so that it comes right down, whether you're a big bust busted, whether you're small busted, it will come right down to the center without opening with the bust. And darlings, I have what is delayed is not denied, because everything started much later in my life. I got married at 40. I had Adrian at 48. I started YouTube at 45. I started my business at 55. And so I want you guys to know that what is delayed is absolutely what is not denied. And so I made these for you in white as well as in black. It is tagless because I react to tags. We have t-shirts where you have no tags, and these go all the way from an extra large to an extra small. Some of you will be wondering, Fumi, what size are you wearing? I am wearing an extra small. We also have it in black for you, so let me show you. What is delayed is not denied. There you go. So whatever your preference, if you like white, if you like black, go right ahead. I love both. It is absolutely fabulous. Everybody, anybody can wear this, and just look at how it goes all the way down. I love it. So it covers your bottom for those of you that are conscious. You can also tuck it in halfway as well, make it loose, loungy with your jeans, and then you can roll it up. You can style it any which way that you like. I love it because you can also layer it underneath your suits, because it's getting colder now, and the quality is absolutely what? Absolutely fabulous. And for my ladies that are double X, you can get the extra large because it is that big. You're going to love them. Super soft. Put them in the wash. They don't shrink. They don't shift. They don't shed. I put a lot of work into this because it was really personal. And I wanted again to send a message that what is delayed is never denied. And that means that you're only prepping yourself for greatness. It will come to you with such greatness. The next t-shirt that I made was eating my salads and minding my business. I loved it. And that's how I got here in essence. I ate my salads. I began to really have a healthier lifestyle. A healthier lifestyle, not only physically, but emotionally and mentally. Meaning that what no longer served me, I no longer wanted. I think that I just thought I can just bash myself around. I can abuse myself. I can ill-treat myself. You don't say beautiful things to yourself. But I would say it to everybody else. Oh girl, you're fabulous, gorgeous, this, that. I never said it to myself. And I began to realize that, Fumi, you know what? In the eating your salads is a representation of really taking a healthier stance to all of you, to everything of you. And salads are healthy, but you have the mental, you have the emotional. So I started speaking positively to myself. It was amazing. It really was amazing. I got more confident, and I really began to love myself. And in part was when I started to say, Fumi, wear your natural hair. You are beautiful. You say it to others, you don't say it to yourself. And when I started to say it to myself, I began to have more confidence. I also realized that, Fumi, you don't have to be in any negative spaces, negative anywhere, because what? I am healthier. Hence the eating my salads. The minding my business was amazing, because the more I minded my business, the more time I had to be productive with my life. Isn't that a trip? Oh my God. That is the real meaning of this. Mind my business. So I really wasn't into the gossip. I really wasn't into unproductive conversation. I sat at a table, and every girl, lady, woman, female at that table was a CEO. When I tell you, we talked about production, we talked about fulfillment centers, we talked about where you can get better fabrics from Prague, from Portugal, from Bangladesh, from this, from that. I was rejuvenated. And I realized that, Fumi, when you stay away from stuff that does not serve you and is not productive to you, you truly mind your business. And I became a better mom. I became a better wife. I spent more time with the family. I enjoyed Adrian right across the board. That is a representation, because you are weeding out what no longer serves you mentally, emotionally, physically. Eating my salads and minding my business. They also come in an extra small, and it goes all the way to an extra large, and it's a bigger, loungier size. That's another thing, because I have been different sizes on this channel. Bigger busted, smaller busted. I've been curvy. I've been a limousine girl, and I loved every stage of me. I did. I really did. And that was why I said I'm going to make it a loose fit. Why? Because if you're a curvy girl, it will suit you. If you're a slimmer girl, it will suit you. If you're an athletic girl, it will suit you. It's no longer what you look like. Truly, it's how you feel. And my limousine girls and my curvy girls, do you know, at that stage was one of my happiest times of my life, because it was when I gave birth to Adrian. This body created life when I was told so many times that it couldn't. And that was how I really realized, it became so clear to me that, woman, you're amazing. Men can wear it too, my darling boys. I will come out with a crew neck, but I thought, let me come out with a V-neck so that you can put all of your jewelry. That's another thing. You can put all of your jewelry. You can put all of your necklaces. It's just enough for it to show. It is just enough. When I tell you, this took so long, and it's plain in front, and you got the message in the back. You see, when you're walking away, clicking in your heels, that's the message. I lived for it. So those are the t-shirts, my darlings. If they sell out, don't panic. Don't panic. I will order some more, okay? And then we have what? We have our tote bag. We have our tote bag with the thicker straps that you can carry with you, and you can take this to the gym. It's a sports bag. You can take it to the gym. You can take it to the supermarket. You can take it to work. It's got the logos on both ends. And I'm going to show you something also. You have a magnetic clip, so you can clip it in. It will hold in together. Also, when you pull it apart, you will have the label also in the bag, and then you've got a big purse right here to put all of your keys. But guess what? Multi-purpose, my darling. You can also fold this bag. So I'm going to show you as is. You just turn it in like so on both sides. There you go. You fold it. Guess what? You fold it into the opening pochette. And there you go. There you go. So you can have this as an extra shopping bag. You can have this as an extra bag when you're going anywhere, even on the airport, when you're traveling. It's so handy. So handy. It's a canvas bag. It is absolutely washable. It does not change. And we have it in pink. We have it in orange. We have it in sky blue, of which I live and love. Yes. And then we also have it in ice cream. Ice cream, because I love ice cream, and I also love yogurt. So baby girl, you are looking absolutely cute. I hope you enjoy these, my darlings. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Thank you for riding with me. This is just the beginning, because the bras are coming, the slips are coming, the panties are coming, the makeup, the skincare, the Afro hair care kit is coming. It's all coming, my darling. This is a black-owned brand, and I am self-funded. My financier is my wonderful husband. Thank you. Thank you, Ula. Thank you for the unconditional love and support. I could never do any of this without him. You're so generous. And God bless you. And God bless you too, my beautiful Fumi Nation. And I am so excited. The link is below, and I will be sharing how to wear the t-shirts, different styles, different suits for you. Thank you so very much. God bless. Bye-bye. Yay! We have launched. I'm so excited. I'm just so excited. I am so excited. I am what? I'm so excited. I'm so excited.